From the streets to a businessman. The train station buzzed with noise, whistles, footsteps, the calls of vendors. But in one forgotten corner sat a man no one noticed. A beggar, thin and weathered, in torn clothes. People knew him only as the old beggar at the station. Every day, he sat in the same spot, waiting for spare coins offered from the passing crowd. Time had carved wrinkles into his face, and every day felt like a faded copy of the last. Until one moment, one seemingly ordinary encounter, changed everything. As a train prepared to depart, the beggar spotted a tall, sharply dressed man walking calmly through the crowd. He must be rich, the beggar thought. If I ask him, he'll surely give more than others. Dragging his tired feet closer, the beggar held out a trembling hand and said, "Please, sir, spare a little kindness." The man stopped and looked at him, not with disgust or pity, but with a quiet, thoughtful gaze. He didn't reach for his wallet. Instead, he asked, "Tell me, have you ever given anything to anyone?" The question struck like lightning. The beggar blinked, confused. "Sir, I'm just a beggar. I have nothing to give. How could I possibly offer anything?" The man nodded slowly. "Then you have no right to ask. I'm a businessman. I believe in give and take. If you bring nothing to the table, you can't expect anything in return." With that, he boarded the train and disappeared. The beggar stood still, as if frozen in time. That sentence didn't just deny him money, it awakened something deeper. That night, he didn't sleep. For the first time in years, he wasn't thinking about hunger or cold. He thought about giving. But what could someone like him possibly give? The next day brought no answer, nor did the next. But on the third morning, sunlight touched the wild plants near the tracks. Among them bloomed tiny flowers, delicate, simple, and beautiful. Suddenly, a wild idea took root. What if I gave these to people who give me money? That day, he tried it. For every coin he received, he offered a flower. Some passengers laughed. Others were touched. A few even kept the flower with a smile. From that day on, the beggar became the man with the flowers. He picked them each morning and gave them away as tokens of thanks. Slowly, people began giving more. Not out of pity, but in appreciation of his small but meaningful gesture. Soon, he didn't just pick wildflowers. He used part of the money to buy seeds and planted them near the station. A corner once forgotten now bloomed with color. He no longer begged. He created value. Months later, he stood again at the station as another business-class train arrived. He saw a familiar face, the same tall man from before. But this time, the beggar was different. Standing tall, in cleaner clothes, holding a small bouquet, he walked over and said, "Sir, today I have something to offer, a token of thanks, for a lesson that changed my life." The man smiled, took the flowers, and handed over some money. "Now you understand. No one stays a beggar forever, unless they refuse to change." The former beggar bowed. "Thank you. Your words pulled me out of the shadows." 6 months passed. At the same train station, 2 well-dressed men got off a train. One turned to the other, squinting in recognition. "I think I've seen you before." The second man smiled. "Not just once, twice. The first time you refused to give me money. The second, you bought a flower. And today, I run one of the largest flower businesses in the region." The first man's eyes widened. "Wait, you were that beggar?" "Yes," he nodded. "Back then, I thought I had nothing to give. But your words made me realize I could start small, offer something beautiful, and build from there. Today, I'm no longer a beggar. I'm a creator of value." They shook hands amid the bustling station, 2 men bound by a shared moment of truth, one who planted the seed and one who had the courage to let it grow. This story isn't just about a beggar. It's a mirror to all of us, anyone who has ever felt powerless, unworthy, or stuck. The world doesn't hand out rewards freely. It responds to those who give, even if it's just a smile, a word of gratitude, or a small act of kindness. When we see ourselves as valuable, capable of offering something, we begin to receive in return. Don't wait for opportunity. Create it. Start by giving, no matter how small, and watch how life gives back.